Back in the 1980s, movies and music weren't just entertainment. They were my great escape. And I don't mean hiding from the heat or the homework either. But have you ever had a movie moment that just blew your mind and rearranged the furniture up there? I did. And I'm going to tell you about it on this week's episode of
The Rambling Thoughts of Insanity's Lightbulb.
In the summer of 1981, in Morgantown, West Virginia, while my mom was taking graduate classes at WVU, and we were staying at the Piermont Place student housing for the next 3 weeks, and I was left to fend for myself, armed with a few dollars, and an unsolvable Rubik's Cube, and the holy grail of all summer escapes, the summer Blockbuster. That's right, just south of the center of town in Morgantown, West Virginia, on High Street, was the Warner Theater. 3 screens, 3 cinematic options. You see, back then, an afternoon matinee really did only cost $1. No, seriously, that's 1981 prices before popcorn required a credit check. God, I'm old. That week, they were showing Clash of the Titans, On the Right Track, and some weird horror-looking thing called Raiders of the Lost Ark. Spoiler! Only one of them melted faces, and it wasn't Gary Coleman. Now, based on everything I've read in the movie trailer, I thought it was a horror movie. I mean, creepy music, ancient curses, people melting. That's a hard pass for a 15-year-old me. So I did what any reasonable kid would do. I went to Clash of the Titans. Then I took a pit stop on the comedy train with Gary Coleman. $2 very well spent. But day 3, the dollar was still burning a hole in my Ocean Pacific Velcro wallet. And my mom says, why not try Raiders? So, I bought a ticket. Walked into cinema number 3. For you see, I bought one of the last tickets for the 2 o'clock showing because the movie had sold out. And I was able to grab the last seat on the right-hand side of the aisle. Little did I know that the $1 movie ticket I just bought would do more than get me into the theater.
Talk to me, boy.
It was a one-way ride to cinematic brain surgery.
No wonder you're having problems. Look what I found.
And then it happened. The movie started. The whips cracked. The boulders rolled. Snakes slithered. And I was transformed into thinking, maybe I could be Indiana Jones, but behind the camera. I didn't just watch Raiders of the Lost Ark. I lived it. That movie just didn't entertain me. It rewired my imagination.
Oh, boy!
It taught me that adventure wasn't some faraway concept. It was something you could discover on a hot summer's day in a darkened theater with really bad air conditioning and even worse popcorn.
I haven't had this much fun since the Inquisition.
I also found a calling. Not a religious calling. We all know what happened when I did that. Raiders didn't just make me want to watch movies. It made me want to make them. I had always liked acting, playing characters, doing voices, pretending I was Sherlock Holmes or King Arthur, or that guy in the background of every movie who dies dramatically for 12 seconds. Yeah, that guy. But after seeing Spielberg's camera move like a whip through the jungle, I thought, forget the spotlight. I want the director's chair.
Before you do that, let's discuss your future here.
A few years later, I was a theater major at WVU. You know, to help me become a better director. Because my acting teacher kindly pointed out that my acting technique needed a lot of work. Apparently, I suffered from 2 major acting conditions. 1, indicating, which is a fancy way of saying I acted like I was in a soap opera that was on fire. Whoa! And 2, I had the memory of a houseplant when it came to learning my lines. Great for improv, but terrible for Shakespeare.
Goodness gracious, want me to fix that?
But I stuck with acting because I knew if I ever became a Hollywood director and directed a movie, I would want to know how to talk to my actors, how to help them find their character, and maybe, just maybe, avoid turning them into a toga-wearing cue card holder for a mime, and mumbling, "I studied Chekhov for this."
Oh, please stop.
Don't worry, it's almost over. So remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment or 2, and remember, Raiders of the Lost Ark didn't just change my summer. The movie changed my direction. And now, here I am, writing, directing, and acting in my very own summer blockbuster.
The Rambling Thoughts of Insanity's Lightbulb.